Hi. So you should be on this video if you are wanting to retake your geography test. And remember, a retake is only for anybody that didn't get mastery, which is a 79 or below. Okay, let's go. Which island nation in Europe is between 500 to 1,499 meters in elevation and is also the top producer of beef? Explain how you determine this. So Ireland is the top producer of beef and has an elevation level of between 500 and 1499 meters in elevation. I know this because Ireland on the map is labeled map 3. In the right corner shows the country is the top producer of beef according to the key. On map 4, Ireland is black and white striped, which on the key states that it means it's between 500 and 1499 meters in elevation. Okay, so here's Ireland. We had 2 islands, well, 3 if you counted Iceland. But if you look at Ireland as an island, and you see the top producer of beef. Number 2. How does Germany compare to the Ukraine in regards to the theme's place, location, and movement? Use information from both maps in your response. Okay, so looking at the maps, got both of them. I found Germany and I found Ukraine. Okay, so I can compare the elevations on the map to the left and see that Germany has a higher elevation than Ukraine. And then we look at the resource map and we see that Germany has a higher population than Ukraine, okay, and that the Ukraine has more farmland, okay. So both of the countries have a high population. Germany says higher. Ukraine has an elevation of 1,500 to 244 meters, 499 meters, excuse me. Germany has between 2,500 and 3,499 meters, okay. For movement, it doesn't really show us anything on the map, but I can see by looking at it that they are both attached to a sea, okay? That Ukraine touches the Black Sea and that Germany touches the North Sea and the Baltic. So that would tell me that they do probably have some shipping. Which country has the most abundant or lots and diversified many types amount of resources? For to map 3 in your response, justify your reasoning. So if I examine the map and I look at all the different resources, I see that France actually has the most resources listed on their map. Okay, so they have abundant resources and it's very diverse in them. It's number 5 in beef, 4 in apples, and 5 in population. It's the only country on the map with 3 different resources. The rest all only have 1, 2, or none at all. Nick's uncle was traveling on a vacation last summer. He saw a billboard that said, "Welcome to the potato capital of the world." Where was he visiting? Explain how you determine his location. So Nick's uncle was in Belarus, and I can tell this because the key says that number 1 means the highest. Okay, so I look at my map. I see that potatoes is this symbol. I look around. I see and I find number 1 is Belarus. Nick's uncle was in Belarus. I tell this because on map 3, Belarus is number 1 in potatoes according to the key. Okay, Fran and her family live on a U.S. naval base in Spain, where her father is a radar technician. Her brother is also in the military and is stationed at an air base in Belarus. When Fran flies to visit her brother next summer, in which direction will she travel? She will travel northeast. Okay, so I find Spain on the map. I find Belarus on the map, and if I need to draw myself my compass, never eat soggy waffles, okay, I realize that I go north and east to find that answer. Which region of Europe has the most farmland? Justify your reasoning. So region is anything that can be a political border, like a country or a state, or it can be a region. So there's more than one way to answer the question, but we're just going to use the information that I have on the map, okay? So we're looking for farmland. We find our icon for farmland on our key, and then I go and examine all the different levels of farmland. So Ukraine is number 2. Oh, there's number 1. It's Denmark, okay? The correct answer is Denmark. If I happen to know, which I do, that Denmark is part of Scandinavia, we could say that Scandinavia is a region. That would be absolutely correct. We could also say Northern Europe. That would be correct as well. But Denmark has the most farmland on Mark 3, according to the key, has the most farmland, country in the Barnet with the number 1 next to it, okay? How does Italy compare to the Ukraine in regard to the themes of place and location? So let's remind ourselves, place is what's it like when you get there, physical and human characteristics. Location is our absolute and our relative location. Absolute is an address or where we find it on Earth with longitude and latitude. And relative location is where is it in relation to from one place to another, okay? So physical features, which would be place of Ukraine, that is our elevation is 1,500 to 2,499 meters above sea level. Italy is 3,500 to 6,000 meters. Okay, so Italy has a higher terrain than the Ukraine does. Italy has a higher population, but Ukraine has more farmland. Both countries border a body of water. Okay, Ukraine borders Russia and has more northern latitude than Italy, which borders Switzerland and Austria, has a more southern latitude. You are going to study abroad in Poland. Your teacher tells you to prepare by researching Poland using the theme of place. What information will this theme provide you? Okay, so place again is, if we look at our definition I've given you here, physical and human characteristics. What gives a place personality? Place that has physical and human characteristics that make them what they are. Geography emphasizes the understanding of both these factors and their integration together. So we're going to study abroad in Poland. We're going to need to know what to pack. Okay, so we want to know about climate, what the population is like, population's density, the land usage, architecture, are there hills, mountains, rivers, is it hot in the winter, is it hot in the summer and cold in the winter. What are you going to pack? What kind of language do they speak? What's the religion that they practice? Okay. Why are the latitude lines that run through Australia indicated as south latitude? How is latitude of a location determined? Okay, so I printed off a map for you here. You find Australia. It's below this line. That line happens to be the equator, which runs around the center of the Earth from east to west. Okay. Latitude lines are indicated as south latitude because they are in the southern hemisphere. You can look at a map that has latitude on it and check the degrees of the line as it passes through the desired place. So if we're looking at the equator, we see clearly that Australia is south of Australia. Excuse me, Australia is south of the equator. So it's in the south latitudes. Provide 3 examples of the theme of human-environment interaction here in Charlotte. Explain how humans use, modify, change, and adapt to the environment. People have cut down trees for buildings, they use air conditioning to stay cool, and the city has greenways to provide green space within the community. Break down the term hemisphere into 2 parts. How do the 2 parts equate to the meaning of the term? A breaking apart of the word hemisphere is hemi and sphere. Sphere means a 3D circular object like a globe. The prefix hemi means half, so it means half of the earth. All right, so here is the map 1 for the test and map 2 for the test. Okay. You can either print these, just go ahead and print them, screenshot them if you need to. You can leave this open during the test, that's fine. Okay. The retest is on SchoolNet. We get there by going to NC Ed Cloud, clicking on the SchoolNet button, and the test code is Hemisphere. And just don't forget, for a retest, the highest score we can get is a 79. All right, guys, good luck. Take your time with this. Again, it's fine by me if you have two tabs open while you're doing this, okay? Good luck.